After spending several days exploring Inverness and the Highlands in last week's episode, my journey around the entire coast of mainland Scotland now takes me onto the Black Isle, a place known for its stunning coastline, ancient history and beautiful landscapes. But over the next few days, you'll see it's the people and the local community that leave the biggest impression as I continue north on this epic adventure. Well, good morning folks. It's a lovely day today. I'm parked in this car park at Inverness, the Torveen car park. It's really good, you know, £10 a night here. It's a car park, it's nothing fancy, but it does the job, certainly. And it's a 25-minute, half an hour walk into the actual town centre itself. So yeah, it does me just fine. I'm quite excited about today because we're going to be exploring the Black Isle. Now, I've been to the Black Isle before, but I've kind of just driven up, past a few things, and that was pretty much it. I've not actually explored the Black Isle, and it's the first real sort of, what would you call it, peninsula on the east coast. There's lots of peninsulas on the west coast. It's going to take ages to do the west coast for this journey around the entire coast of the mainland, because there are so many bits that are kind of sticking out and you've got to come back on yourself and all the rest of it. And this is the first real time that I've had to experience it on the east coast. It's the first real peninsula, I think. So I'm really looking forward to exploring it, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be taking you on a journey with me over the next 4 days in this episode as I just try and uncover and explore different parts of the Black Isle. I'm not going to get to everything like always, of course, but I can always just make little notes about things that I maybe miss and want to come back and see again in future. And for those of you that are new here, my name's David. I've been living in my van now for the last sort of 3.5 years, travelling around Scotland. I've been down to Wales, I've been across to Ireland, Switzerland, France, Germany. But I spend the majority of my time in Scotland, and I started this YouTube channel in January of 2025, and at the start of this year I set out to drive the entire coast of the mainland, and I started down on the east coast of the Scotland-England border and made my way up the beautiful North Berwickshire coast through the likes of Eyemouth, St Abbs, Dunbar, North Berwick, and then along the beautiful East Lothian coast into Edinburgh, then went through the Forth Valley into Falkirk, Stirling, went all the way around Fife. Beautiful East Nuka Fife in particular. I just love that part of the coast. And then into Perth, my home city of Dundee, up through Angus, Aberdeenshire, along the Murray coast, and I'm finally here in Inverness. I'm going to be heading north into the Black Isle, like I said. And it's really just north from here until you get up to the most northerly point of mainland Britain, you know, at Dunnet Head. And then along the northern section and then back down the west. So that's the plan for this series. It's going to take me at least a year, if not longer. And one of the big things in this series, I'm trying to support a buy local message, and I'm cooking with food in the van that I've sourced from fishmongers, farm shops, butchers, things of that nature, really. And it's become a big part of this journey for me, and it's something that I wanted to do for myself as well. I'm glad to be part of that sort of buy local journey. It's a message that I'm keen to promote, to try and help local businesses and local people and local communities as I travel around the coast. And I just wanted to get a couple of thank yous out the way as well, for all of the likes, the comments and the shares of these videos week to week from you, my subscribers, my viewers. Thank you very, very much for that, because ultimately the more of them I get, the more YouTube will recognise it as a good video and show it to a wider audience. And my last few videos, I think around about 40% of those watching haven't actually subscribed to my channel. It's free to do so. If you're one of those people, please hit the subscribe button and help me grow. The more subscribers I have, again, the more YouTube will recognise the video, the channel as something that other people might enjoy watching. Anyway, I am going to enjoy this coffee. I'm going to be leaving this car park very, very soon, and then making my way across to the Black Isle. I'm going to make one little stop en route as well to a castle ruin that I've never been to before, and it looks pretty cool. The weather today looks perfect for getting the drone in the air. So that's my plan anyway. First stop, Redcastle Castle. Ah, it's such a beautiful wee car park. Views over the Beauly Firth. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. I love all these painted stones and this bench here as well. It's just lovely. It's a lovely wee spot. There's picnic benches, wee bird houses, a bin there to put all your rubbish away. Ideal. These beautiful flowers everywhere here. It's stunning. Beautiful place. And there's horses over there as well. See if I can see them. There's a few. One there. A couple in that field as well. Starting to see it now. Through the trees. Oh, look at that. This is so much bigger than I imagined it to be. And I got a little bit worried when I saw this sign. No thanks. It's one of these ones, it's in a precarious sort of condition. You know, masonry will fall and things like that. It does say keep out. I'm not going to enter it. And you can just see, even right there, there's a huge big crack all the way up that tower there. It's quite something. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I wonder if that's the same sort of red sandstone that Inverness Castle was built with. I don't know. And if you remember back to a previous episode as well, when I was in Arbroath, went to Lunan Bay and you had Redcastle there as well. Yeah, it's a stunning place. Redcastle is one of the oldest castle sites in the north of Scotland. Perched on the shores of the Beauly Firth, a fortress has stood here in one form or another since at least 1179, when a castle was established on this site during the reign of William the Lion. It was built to help secure royal control of the Highlands. Over the centuries, the castle passed through the hands of many powerful families, most notably the Mackenzies, who owned it for almost 300 years. The ruins we see today largely date from around 1641, although parts of the earlier medieval castle still survive within the walls. Mary Queen of Scots is said to have visited here in 1562, and during Scotland's turbulent civil wars, the castle was attacked, burned and rebuilt. Today all that remains are these weathered ruins overlooking the water. But for more than 8 centuries, Redcastle stood over one of the most important gateways into the Highlands. Now, after exploring Redcastle for a little longer than I planned, I started to get a wee bit hungry, so I pointed the van towards Black Isle Berries, just a short drive away past the tour services, before continuing my journey around the Black Isle. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's tons. It's a lovely wee place, the Black Isle Berries, and they've got this sort of polytunnel for you to sit in, and there's plenty of seats in all seasons. And the fresh fruit and veg that they've got, they actually make their own. I didn't get one today, but they make their own ice cream with real fruit here as well, and they serve it year round. It's not just a seasonal sort of farm. They do things throughout the entire year. Obviously it's May now, and very shortly they'll begin with their sort of fruit picking and stuff. You can come and pick your own berries, and they're famous here for their summer strawberries. But I got myself a little, they call it kale slaw. It's like a soup and a salad. I was going to get the quiche, but unfortunately they'd run out. I'd taken too long at Redcastle today, and it's after lunchtime now. But the tomato soup, the cream of tomato soup, is absolutely delicious. And I did get myself one of their homemade butterscotch frappuccinos. So I can't wait to get tucked into that after this. But it's a nice spot, and if you ever find yourself in the Black Isle, it's literally a 30-second drive from where the tour services were. Lovely wee spot. Hidden away among the trees on the Black Isle is one of Scotland's oldest surviving folk traditions, the Clootie Well. The word Clootie comes from the Scots word cloot, meaning a strip of cloth or rag. For centuries, people would visit sacred wells like this one, seeking healing for themselves or a loved one. The ritual was simple. A piece of cloth would be dipped into the well's water and used to wash the affected part of the body. The cloth would then be tied to a nearby tree as an offering, carrying away illness, pain, or misfortune. As the Clootie slowly weathered and rotted away, it was believed the ailment would disappear with it. Many of these traditions are thought to predate Christianity, with roots stretching back to ancient Celtic beliefs surrounding sacred springs, healing waters, and the spirits believed to inhabit places like this. Today, thousands of clooties still hang from the branches here. Some are left in memory of loved ones, some carry wishes, prayers, or hopes for the future. And whether you believe in the tradition or not, there's no denying that standing here amongst the trees, surrounded by countless offerings left by strangers over generations, feels unlike anywhere else in Scotland. Oh, this is some place. I mean, I've seen offerings being left at Duneno Den in Fife. That was a previous episode I did from St Andrews when I was on the Fife coast. But I've never seen anything quite like this. All I would say, folks, is if you do come here and leave an offering, make sure it's natural and biodegradable. So materials like hemp, cotton, silk, absolutely fine. And remember, by leaving something, you are partaking in an ancient Celtic tradition. And part of that tradition states that illness will disappear as the cloots rot, hence Clootie Well. These are the cloots that are being left. So polyester and man-made materials just won't cut it. So please, if you do leave a cloot, do it so respectfully. Well, I'm really glad I came here. I've had a chance to stretch the legs after eating at Black Isle Berries and see that incredible clootie display. Amazing. And next up, I'm going to head to a place called Shannery Point. Now, it is famous for being one of the best places in the whole of the UK to spot dolphins, bottlenose dolphins. And if you've watched my previous episodes, you'll know in the last one I took an incredible boat trip with Dolphin Spirit Inverness on their really fast mischief rig, and we got to see the dolphins. It was quite choppy that day. I don't know what the conditions are going to be like today, but I'm going to head to Shannery Point just to check it out and see if I can maybe see some of them again. You never know. That's us now in Fortrose and Rosemarkie, so Shannery Point's only 5 minutes or so from here. Quite funny just driving through the middle of a golf course. Just keeping the fingers crossed that the boys no got a bad slice on them going through my windscreen. I've driven down here before actually. When I first got the van, I have been here before. I didn't think I had, but I definitely have. Because I remember thinking exactly the same thing when I was here maybe 3 years ago, slightly more than that. Not long after I moved into the van. So yeah, there's no spaces for me to park, and I can't get in the height barrier bit. Oh well. Doesn't help when people are taking 2 spaces in a car, is it? Well, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to stop in there. I've gone round a few times, but then there's other people that come behind you as well. I've not got the patience for that type of thing, to be honest. But what I am going to do is I'm going to head, it's just about a 4-minute drive away from here to Ferry Glen Falls. Another place that I just happened to find on Google Maps when looking at the area. So let's go and check it out. I don't know if there are falls there. Are they going to be running at this time of year with it being nice and warm and pretty dry? I doubt it, but I'll go and check it out. I don't know what to expect. I just saw Ferry Glen Falls on Google Maps the other day. Added it to my list. In fact, that's quite a good. It's a good time for me to mention this. I do get comments saying, "How do you find some of these places you're going to?" I'll be honest, it's just Google Maps. So before I'm going to an area, I'll just drill down in and zoom in on Google Maps, and little sort of monuments or historical sites and things like that, they just pop up. If you're in a town, you might find like a little museum or something like that. It's all just from Google Maps, and also from my social media, from my Facebook page and Instagram and stuff. People comment, check this place out when you get to here or whatever. And like I'm here right now, but after this I'll be heading up to Easterross, obviously Sutherland, Caithness, Sutherland, Westeros, basically all the way around that sort of northern tip of Scotland, if you like. So if you've got any suggestions, please leave them in the comments to this video. You know, I love seeing all the comments, like, really enjoyed your video and all the rest of it, and it's great. I love that. I love getting that sort of positive feedback and feeling like people are really enjoying what they're watching. But please put suggestions in the comments as well about things I should see on this road trip. Even, you know, later on the west coast, I'll make notes of it as I go. That's what I've been doing. And also, if there's things that maybe you would like to see more of, leave that in the comments as well. I'm really open to constructive feedback, because I'm always looking to try and improve these episodes. You know, it is my job now, but I'm always looking to try and sort of improve each episode, you know, by 1% in some way, whether it's better sound or whether it's a better story, or whether I've captured the right type of shots and all that. I'm always looking to improve something, or whether it's my editing skills or transitions or whatever it might be. But if there's something that you think could improve these vlogs, or would maybe like to see more of or less of or whatever, please let me know in the comments. You're my viewers, you're watching these week to week, so I value your feedback. Right, I need to try and find some parking here. Oh, this is busy again. My word, this is a much busier area than I imagined. Right, it got parked, but it's pretty tight. Definitely wouldn't recommend it for motorhomes. The spaces aren't very far apart, so it was tight getting the van in here. Just a few miles from Rosemarkie lies one of the Black Isle's hidden gems, Ferry Glen. Managed by the RSPB, this beautiful woodland walk follows a narrow path through a steep-sided gorge, winding its way alongside the burn for around 3/4 of a mile, before eventually reaching two waterfalls hidden amongst the trees. The glen is home to a variety of wildlife, from dippers and woodland birds to carpets of bluebells and wildflowers during spring. But today, it's simply the peace and quiet that draws me in. It's amazing how quickly places like this make you forget about everything else. Within a few minutes of leaving the car park, the road noise disappears and all that's left is the sound of the forest and a distant hum of the odd passing car. And then, almost without warning, the trees begin to open up, and the reason people have been making this walk for generations finally reveals itself. Places like Ferry Glen aren't famous in the same way as some of Scotland's bigger attractions. There are no ticket offices, no queues, and no grand visitor centres. Just a woodland path, a waterfall or two, and a chance to slow down for a while, surrounded by nature. Well, what a great wee walk that was. It doesn't take long, it's about 1.5 miles out and back from the car park essentially. But it's a really enjoyable walk through a beautiful wee glen. It's the right time of year to sort of do it as well because everything's all nice and lush and green. It was lovely. The waterfalls there was a lot more water than I expected actually, to be fair. So yeah, it was really enjoyable. I'm glad I decided to make this stop and experience it, definitely. I've had a couple of woodland walks today now, so the legs are worked, which is nice. Feels good to give them a wee stretch again, definitely. And now my next stop is Cromarty, and that's where I'm going to stop in for the night. I've got booked into the campsite there that's run by the Cromarty Development Trust, I think it's called. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm actually looking forward to speaking to Matt from the Cromarty Development Trust as well, just to hear a little bit more about the work that they're doing within the local community as well, and trying to sort of drive visitors to explore the Black Isle and stay in Cromarty. There's a few things I want to see and do there and cover myself when I'm up there too, so I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. But this has been a great start to my Black Isle journey as I make my way to Cromarty. And I hope you've enjoyed it too, and if you have, please remember to hit the subscribe button and never miss a weekly episode. I have new episodes going out every single Sunday night, have done for over the last year now in this particular series. If you haven't seen any of the others and you'd like to catch up from the start, there is a playlist on my channel here called Driving the Entire Coast of Mainland Scotland. So you feel free to check it out. They will be in order, and you can pick and choose whether you want newest to oldest or oldest to newest. The link to the playlist is also in the description of all these videos for this series as well. And if this is the first time you've watched any of my content, or if you've maybe missed a few, you can always use that playlist to catch up and have a wee binge. So feel free to do so. Well. What a brilliant wee spot this is, right by the water, short walking distance into Cromarty itself, which I'm looking forward to exploring over the next few days. And you know, this is set up by the community as well, and it's kind of like a cross between an air and a campsite, similar to a campsite in the sense that you get your own pitch, there's electric hookup if you need it, there's really nice clean toilet and shower, there's plenty of sort of waste disposal, recycling, there's chemical waste disposal, there's fresh water, but it's kind of got that feel of a really lovely air at the same time. The only thing missing that would, you know, that you would get on like a big campsite generally would be like laundry, really. So, you know, hats off to the Cromarty Development Trust. It is community run, and thank you very much for these facilities. It's a really nice spot. And a thank you to everyone that has bought me a Guinness in recent weeks. I thought I'll crack one open myself with my Guinness Nitro and enjoy one. And aside from the odd Guinness that I might buy myself for the van, or maybe at a pub somewhere, all of the Buy Me a Guinness contributions that I get on my Buy Me a Coffee page all go back into the creation of this content for you all to enjoy. So thank you very much for all of that. It's greatly appreciated. Slanjava. How could I miss this mouth? Such a nice morning. I'm cheating for breakfast today. These Quaker oats here, you just add a bit of boiling water to. Had eggs and bacon and stuff like that in the fridge. I just can't be bothered cooking it. I've got a fair bit of editing done there, which is good. And it's a lovely, lovely day. Now I do have the community sauna booked along at the beach in Cromarty for this evening, and like a lot of things here, like this campsite, it's run by the local community, by the Cromarty Development Trust. They've got a few different things like this campsite, they've got a community sauna, they've got a community thrift shop among other things as well, and then you've got another community group that run a local cinema that's run and operated by volunteers locally as well, which is really cool. I'm not going to have an opportunity to go and sit and actually watch a movie, but I'm going to try and see if I can get inside tomorrow just to show you it and go and have a look at it myself. And I get the feeling that this sort of community, this place, it is very community led. The whole of the Black Isle, really, in a sense, with Fortrose and Rosemarkie as well. There really does feel like there's a real sort of community spirit here, which I love. I absolutely love that. And that's one thing I've learned on this journey so far around the entire coast of the mainland, is it's not just about the places that I go and the places I see and the things that I do. It's about the people that I meet along the way within the local communities that make it so special. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to my day ahead, but I do have a few hours this afternoon available. And with it being such a nice day, I think, oh, why don't I go and sort of coastal walk, if you like, and there is one near here. It takes around about 2 to 3 hours to do the walk, and it's to McFarker's Bed. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for a nice gentle coastal walk. It's a nice chilled, relaxing time I'm going to have here over the next few days. It's well needed. I'm going to bring you with me every step of the way, so we'll go for a little walk along the coast in Cromarty and grab a quick sauna and that after, and then I'll decide tonight what I'm going to be doing, if I'm going to go back into town to grab some food, or maybe I'll just chill out in the van and crack on with a little bit more editing. I need to get this Sunday's episode done over the next few days whilst I'm here, which is why it's great that it's not all go all day, every day. I do need a little bit of time to edit and get my posts scheduled for socials and all that kind of stuff as well. But what a beautiful day this is. Right, so that was like a little push just up the sort of steps that they've made there for the trail. The trail's really good, it's in good condition. It'll be muddy when it's wet obviously, but it's perfect for right now. But that is a little bit of a push. You do feel it a little bit on the legs, certainly. Especially when you're going back and forward trying to get shots on the camera. But yeah, there's a nice little bench here. And I think I'm gonna just get my water out and have a wee sip. Lovely view through the trees. Oh, need to stay hydrated. Doesn't matter what kind of hike or trail you're doing. Now I've come to this point in the trail here, heading to South Sutter, and I've come across this building here. Now this looks like a World War II gunnery, gun emplacement, whatever you want to call it. It's very similar to ones that I've seen elsewhere on the east coast of Fife. Oh God almighty, I've got sweat in my eyes. But it's less sort of damaged and destructed, if that makes sense. But someone in the comments might be able to tell me if that is what it is. I mean, I'm assuming it is, but considering this is the entrance to the Cromarty Firth, you would have had naval ships and all the rest of it here during World War II. We'll go and have a look inside and check it out. I hope there's no one in here. Oh, it definitely is. Look at that. Yeah. Got the usual graffiti that they always seem to have. Yeah, it definitely is a World War II gun emplacement. It's so similar in so many ways. There's even cabling there, look. Wow. And this door was really heavy as well. Carbon steel. Interesting. You find these sort of things all the time. And even in places like at Tayport on the northeast Fife coast, when you're walking to Tentsmuir from, say, the promenade area in Tayport, you've got all those big concrete blocks that were put all along the coast as well, and they're still there. But yeah, I don't ever think well, I don't know about these ones, but very few of them actually fire a shot in anger. But they were required, that's for sure, just in case. Not far to go now. Oh, look at this view. It's just opened up. Look at that. Stunning. Sun is beaming down on my napper. Feels great. And I did check the maps once I got up here on Google Maps, and there are multiple gun emplacements up here. I've got just under 2 kilometres to go here, so gonna get that done, get down and see this Mafakra's bed. Now I know what some of you watching might be thinking. What is McFarker's bed? Well, this is it. Named after a local character remembered as something of an eccentric, and according to local tradition, a smuggler too. Very little is actually recorded about McFarker himself, but in the early 19th century The famous geologist and writer from Cromarty, Hugh Miller, documented these caves as a regular refuge and gathering place for travelling gypsies and tinkers moving through the area. Sheltered from the wind and hidden amongst the cliffs overlooking the Cromarty Firth, it's easy to understand why. Long before campsites and motorhomes and campervans, places like this offered a roof over your head and a safe place to spend the night. Now, whether MacFarquhar really lived here or not, the stories have endured, becoming another small, fascinating piece of Cromarty's rich history. Tell you what, it's pretty tall when you get down here. It's some size. Can you hear that oyster catcher? Yeah, I'm glad I came down here at low tide. I think it would need to be mid to low depending on the time of the month with the moon cycle. But I timed it with the low tide just in case, and I think that was the right decision. I think we're going to see quite a lot of seabirds as I continue up this east coast over the next month or so. It's going to be prime season for them, especially up near Wick and Caithness. Well, it is time for me now to start making my way back. I do have a sauna session booked at the community sauna down by the harbour, so I have just had a message from them on WhatsApp, so I'm going to go and get myself back for that, get a cold dip and enjoy a sauna session. What a way to just loosen off the muscles after a decent wee walk like this. Perfect. This is just what I was needing after that walk. You know, hats off to the community here in Cromarty and the Cromarty Development Trust, and obviously the volunteers that allow these places to actually function and exist. You know, these sort of community incentives and things don't just sort of begin on their own. It's people getting up off their arses and making it happen. You know, and clearly in Cromarty they do such a good job of it, and I'm really looking forward to exploring more over the next sort of day or two in this area. It's a lovely wee place, but that's my time up, so I'm gonna head back to the van now, take a walk along the beach, and I'll get a shower at the campsite. Good morning, folks. Oh, God. Straight into the editing this morning. I had a wee quick morning coffee and straight into it. I've got about 3 hours I can do this morning before I head to my first sort of place today. I'm going to go and check out Hugh Miller's birthplace. And I've checked outside the van here. It's a nice day again and the tide's right in. So I'm just going to finish up what I'm doing right now, I think, and just go for a quick dip. Just to really wake myself up because I feel I'm pretty tired. I was up last night pretty late. I think I did about 3 hours of editing last night. Just to try and get this Sunday's episode edited because I've now caught up with myself after taking some time off in May to go to Spain on holiday and a few other things. I'm no longer like 3 or 4 weeks ahead. The episode that I'm editing is the episode that's going out on Sunday. So yeah, I've caught up with myself, which isn't ideal. It adds a little bit more pressure, if you like, to try and get everything edited whilst also still filming for, a couple of weeks' time or whatever. So yeah. Tomorrow I won't have a chance to do any because I'm filming here in the morning, and then I'm actually going to be filming things I've forgotten about or kind of missed or didn't get enough of in Inverness for what was last week's episode now as you watch this. And then I've got to head down the road to Troon because I've got my Arran group adventures this week. So I'm taking 25 people across the Arran on Saturday for a sort of gentle hike along the trail into Glen Rosa, a cold dip in the Blue Pool, go and get a drink and have a bit of a community chat, and then back on the ferry the same day. And I'm doing that on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. They're always such great days and you're just buzzing after them, especially meeting all those people from all over the world that have booked to come on. One of them, it's really, really good. And I will... Next month's are sold out as well in June, but I will be organising more this year and next year. So if that's something you would be interested in coming along and enjoying yourself, I would suggest joining my adventure waitlist. It's on my website. I'll put the link in the description of this video for you, but you can go into my website, Scottishmaninavan.com, and you'll see it on the menu above, join my adventure waitlist. And it's just a free mailer, basically, email list. And I will email all those people on my mailing list 24 hours before it goes out onto Facebook and Instagram and things like that. When I organised these trips in the past, especially for single dates, like they sell out in like 2 hours. So once I put it online, so I created a mailing list to give people 24 hours notice and give them first access to basically a spot. Because once they go out on social media, they go really, really quickly. So if you're interested, just join that wait list. And it's not just for that, for adventures, it'll be for anything else that I announce in future, whether that's, going to be selling prints on my website alongside my merch that I've already got, or whether it's, possible interactive maps and guides and itineraries and things like that. I'm considering doing one for this road trip, of course, once I've completed it all. Maybe trying to build like an interactive map and guide and things like that for people to use. I've got lots of different ideas, and I will be, obviously I'm quite busy just now and I'm trying to set these things up and get prints and that sorted, but it's just finding the time to do it all. I do all of it myself, so it is quite a lot to take on, but I will get there eventually. I will eventually. Born here in Cromarty in 1802, Hugh Miller would go on to become one of Scotland's most influential writers, geologists and thinkers. But unlike many of the great scientists of his era, Miller wasn't university educated. He left school at just 17 and worked for years as a stonemason, learning about rocks quite literally with his own hands. While carving stone across the Highlands, he became fascinated by the fossils hidden within them. What began as curiosity soon became a lifelong obsession. In his spare time, he collected specimens, studied the landscape around him, and taught himself the science of geology. It wasn't long before his discoveries began attracting attention far beyond the Black Isle. Miller became renowned for his work on Scotland's ancient fossil fish, many of which were found in the rocks of the Moray Firth. Through his books and articles, he helped bring geology to a wider audience at a time when our understanding of the Earth's history was still in its infancy. He followed in the footsteps of pioneers like James Hutton, the Edinburgh scientist often regarded as the father of modern geology. Hutton had challenged the idea that the Earth was only a few thousand years old, instead proposing that immense geological processes were shaping the planet over vast periods of time. It was a revolutionary idea at the time, and Hugh Miller helped carry that understanding forward for a new generation. Together with other Scottish scientists and thinkers, they fundamentally changed how we view the world beneath our feet. Their work helped reveal that mountains, rivers, coastlines and continents weren't fixed features of the landscape, but part of an ongoing story stretching back millions of years. But despite his success, Hugh Miller's life ended in tragedy. In the early hours of Christmas Eve 1856, Hugh shot himself in the chest. A doctor's report referred to signs of brain disease, but we can never know for sure what drove Hugh to this desperate act. Today, his birthplace here stands as a reminder of the extraordinary man who started life in this small Highland town and helped transform humanity's understanding of the planet itself. And right across the road, I found this cosy pub, the Fishertown Inn. So I settled in for a wee pint, and I thought I'd give the local Cromarty brewery a try. It did not disappoint, very tasty pint. And spotted a piano on the way to the toilet. Name the movie that's from. From above, Cromarty feels almost cut off from the rest of the Black Isle. Surrounded by water and sitting at the very end of the peninsula, it has a character and identity that's entirely its own. The beach, harbour and rows of historic buildings hint at a long and fascinating past. But the more time I spend here, the more I realise that Cromarty's greatest asset isn't its history or even its spectacular setting, it's the people. At first glance, the town feels like a step back in time. Independent shops, local businesses, old lampposts and buildings that have watched over these streets for generations all give Cromarty a character that's becoming increasingly rare. But what makes this place special is a sense of community. I've really felt it since being here. Many of the facilities here aren't run by large companies or outside investors, but by local people giving up their time to keep them going. From the campsite and the seaside sauna to the community-owned cinema, volunteers have helped preserve the character of Cromarty while creating places that both locals and visitors can enjoy now and into the future. In a world where so many small towns are losing these kind of places, there's something incredibly refreshing about seeing a community come together to protect what matters most. And after spending all afternoon in town, there's only one thing on my mind now: dinner. And just behind the harbour is a place I've heard nothing but good things about, Suter Creek. Apparently, the pizzas are pretty special. Calamari, I always love a calamari for my starter. Everything's, you know, locally or Scottish sourced produce as well. Shetland mussels, shallots, Scottish cod, beer battered haddock, Scottish cheese board, Strathdon blue, that's my favourite blue cheese. Shetland scallops, black pudding, rhubarb and sandwort. Oh, it's either that or the calamari to start. I think I'm going to go for a pizza. They do have a pizza called the Highlander, which I believe was actually, like, the ingredients of the Highlander was decided by Tom and Luke Stoltman, because it was called the Stoltman brothers before, and the two, well, the world's strongest man, the two strongest brothers in the world. So I think I'm going to go for that for my main.
Keep the red wine glass, or shall I take away your other wine glass?
Oh, no, that's fine. Sorry. Cheers, thank you.
Alright. I've got some Shetland scallops.
Oh, look at that.
Rhubarb, pickled, puree, and black pudding dried and then breaded.
Thank you very
Sandwort.
much. Cheers.
Foraged off the beach.
Right, this scallops and black pudding looks amazing. Wow. Oh, pizza time. Look at that. Cheers. Oh my god. Unreal. It's like such a crispy, thin base. Traditionally made, handmade, all the dough every single night. Everything's made by hand in a traditional Italian oven here in Cromarty. You can't beat it. I think I'm going to leave that. Take a wee doggy bag and take it back to the van later, I reckon. I can't eat it all. I'm absolutely stuffed. It is delicious. I'll have a wee look at it, yeah. I'm partial to a wee cheese board, to be fair, but I know, but I'm so full. I'm just going to take a Scotch coffee. That'll do me. Yeah, perfect. Whilst I was sitting waiting on my coffee, I couldn't help but overhear a conversation taking place just behind me. The name sounded familiar, and it turned out, sitting right behind me, only a few feet away, was Fiona Deacon from Cromarty, one of 3 Scottish women who had recently completed the world's toughest row, rowing more than 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean from the Canary Islands to Antigua. Look at that. After spending weeks battling exhaustion, sleep deprivation and the relentless conditions of the open ocean 24 hours a day, she'd returned home to the Black Isle. And with a story like that, I couldn't resist going over to say hello. Excuse me, Fiona?
Yes.
Would you mind if I got a little photograph with you? Would it be okay? Of course. It's not every day you meet someone that's rowed across the Atlantic, you know? Is that right? I'll take a wee selfie. Come on, turn around. No, I was looking online. I'm actually visiting Cromarty. I'm driving around the entire coast of mainland Scotland right now and filming it as I go.
Brilliant.
And it was actually the owner here who said, "That's Fiona."
Because I've been drinking.
Ditto. Don't worry about it. I've been fine.
Feeling very embarrassed.
No, don't be daft. Don't be daft. Let's get a wee selfie. Can.
So we were called Scotland the Wave. We were called.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much.
Not at all.
That's
I'm
grand.
delighted that you're interested.
No, it's great. You know, I've read your story before I come here, and then what was the owner? They said, that's Fiona sitting there. So you've got her to blame. But I was here. I was listening for the last. I've been listening for the last 20 minutes. I'm like, it's her. But listen, enjoy your meal. Nice to meet you. Well, what an amazing wee place. I did get a little, as you would call it in the States, a doggy bag. I got my pizza to take away with me. The last couple of bits, I couldn't finish it. But absolutely delicious. The food is amazing. The staff were so friendly. Great vibe and atmosphere, and I can't believe that I met Fiona Deacon, who literally took on the world's toughest row across the Atlantic. I think when she set off, I think she was 59. I believe she's 60 now. You know, rowed across the Atlantic. Like, fair play. What an absolute legend. And lives locally here. So I was delighted to get a wee selfie with her. And you know, the owner of Suter Creek as well, you know, she's also a member of the trust, the Cromarty Development Trust. And it just shows you how entwined this sort of community is. It is, without question, on this entire trip so far, coming all the way up the East Coast, the most community-driven village, town, whatever you want to call it, that I have come across. Without question. Everything is community-based, whether it's the sauna, or the cinema, or the thrift shop, or the campsite, and various other things as well, and even owners of local businesses like Suter Creek are also members of the trust, and they all go above and beyond to try and do things for the community, to make these facilities available to not just the local residents, but also people that are visiting the area for the first time, or maybe on repeat. I'll tell you this, I will definitely be back. Absolutely love Cromarty, love the Black Isle, and I've had such an amazing welcome here. I can't thank the Cromarty Development Trust enough, or the people of Cromarty. It's been an epic experience. Thank you. But before I leave Cromarty in the morning, I wanted to have a chat with Matt Hall, who's the chair of the Cromarty Development Trust, to just get his take on some of the community incentives that they're involved in. Well, good morning folks. I am here in Cromarty just at the last splash grabbing a coffee with Matt from the Cromarty Development Trust. I did say I was hopefully going to get a chance to speak with him, and he is here today. Matt, pleasure. It's lovely to meet you.
Welcome to Cromarty. Lovely to have you.
Oh no, it's been absolutely fantastic. I've had a great few days.
I'm really pleased.
Thanks, and thanks for taking the time to meet me
No,
as
it's
well
it's a pleasure.
today. I've talked in this episode earlier about how much of a sort of community there appears to be here in Cromarty and across the Black Isle, really. It's something that's really stood out to me. Just about everyone I've met is either involved with the trust or involved with, you know, some of the other volunteer schemes that they've got here, like the local cinema, which is owned by the local community as well. I just see it everywhere, and it's I just love that sort of community vibe, I feel like, that you've got. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the work that you do, what the trust do in general for the local community?
Yeah, happily. I mean, Cromarty is a really special place, and I think everyone would say that their place is unique, but there's something about living on the end of a peninsula, kind of a 40 minutes drive to the next town, and a kind of refusal to stop at the places on the way. There's this long running rivalry between towns on the Black Isle, but there is a sense here of you just got to do it yourself. So if you want a cinema, you could drive to Inverness, but people don't want to do that in the evening. So we'll build our own. Or if we want a slipway with a ferry, let's do it. Or if we want a campsite, no one's going to come along and do it for us.
Or a seaside sauna.
Or a seaside sauna, exactly. So the trust is kind of one part of lots of community groups
Yeah.
that is here to kind of help improve the quality of life and the kind of social and economic experience of people in Cromarty. That's its purpose.
Right.
And you probably know there's development trusts all around Scotland. I think they're brilliant vehicles. They're limited companies basically that mean you can get stuff done quite quickly. But they're not for profit. You know, all the money goes back into the community. We've got 100 members, and we're able just to respond to what's seen as needed. So yeah, a bunch of people say that they reckon it would be a good idea to have a sauna, good for well-being, good for attracting people in. And so the trust says, well, let us be the structure, let us work out how we can do that, how we might raise the money, be the vehicle by which it's done. But it's not really done by the trust, it's been done by 4 locals. We just provide the paperwork and the bank accounts and all of the kind of logistics to make it happen.
Got you.
You know, likewise the campsite, there was a real need to stop motorhomes parking around Cromarty. You know, motorhomes are really welcome, but when you start to get them all over the place, it's a common problem in Highland towns.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people identified that there was a real need to try and just have a site, and again have a specific site that brings people in, that's managed and tidy, and again provides 2 jobs. All of the profits go back into other things that happen in the community. So yeah, the trust is a catalyst, if you like, for getting stuff done, alongside others, lots of others.
I actually met one of the women. Forgive me, I forgot her name, but she met me at the sauna the other night as well. I actually bumped into her.
Corrie.
Was it Corrie?
Yeah.
Yes, Corrie.
Yeah, it would be Corrie.
I bumped into her again yesterday outside Hugh Miller's birthplace, and she was telling me about the garden that they've now set up there, like the community garden.
Exactly.
So things like that, where anyone can go and basically grow their own vegetables or whatever, and everyone can basically take from it as well. Yeah. And it's for the entire community. Yeah. You know, things like that's just great.
Yeah, and it's just that's just another classic example. Like Nige, who's Corrie's husband, about a year ago now, we have a big event in a few weeks every year called Open Gardens, where 30 or more kind of people in the town open their gardens and people come and pay and look around. Yeah. And we also have an arts trail at the same time because there's a big art scene here, so people open up their studios. And there was a concern up to that. It's like the town's looking a bit of a mess. So a group of people, I mean literally with shovels and bags and kit, kind of organised by the community council and led by them, just went out and started tidying up the town. And on the back of that, it was like, well, wouldn't it be nice to be able to grow our own stuff and plant it? And we've got a plot of land, we think we can get some funding, and then off we go.
Brilliant.
And then you get lovely spin-offs. So like that there is now a women's walking group that meets every Monday at that garden and goes and walks for an hour around Cromarty. So you get these nice little, ripple effects from people taking action like that you can't see at the time in which you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said it when I was in the sauna. It was after speaking to Steph. Kind of stole his line actually, but he said, when he moved here, I think it was Glasgow he was from.
That's right,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he moved here, and one of the reasons why he moved here was because of what was going on, and there was so much happening within this sort of area. But it doesn't happen by accident. It requires people to get off their arse to actually make this happen. It's the local people that are making these things happen ultimately.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, that was my experience. We travelled through Cromarty a few times on a holiday. Right. And there is a lovely phrase that I've heard lots of times, which you don't choose Cromarty chooses you. But yeah, nice, I remember sitting in the Last Splash, our great little coffee shop here down by the slip, and just chatting to people, just like we have this morning. Someone comes in, you talk to them, and suddenly Sarah, my wife, and I were like, I think we're going to move. I mean, almost like that.
Yeah.
I mean, from 500 miles away, because there's just something here that is really special. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I have one particular version of living here. Lots of people, can't speak for everybody, and for some people life is tough, and not everything works. We could do with some more housing. Yeah. Like any small Highland town, there's stuff that needs fixing.
Yes.
But there's a real sense of pride and community and just getting on with it, which is really special.
Okay. Yeah. So Matt, listen, it has been an absolute pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Really great. Well, before we finish, I just want to, on record, just say thank you to, we've got this amazing board of volunteers that run the trust, and then we've got 100 members, and, we haven't even mentioned the team of volunteers that run the thrift shop, give up their time on a Saturday morning, but the whole place runs And again, I'm really careful that, you know, the trust is one thing, but there's so many other groups. The whole place runs by people just giving up their time, often in busy lives, in complicated lives, and just finding the time to help each other. And I'm just so grateful that people do that, because it makes it such a special place to be.
No, and I'd like to say thank you to all the people at Cromarty as well, because I've had such an amazing time here. For those of you that I've met as well, thank you for welcoming me with open arms. I've had such an amazing time, whether it was hiking out to McFarker's Bed, using the seaside sauna, just staying in the campsite, which was beautifully, which is beautifully looked after. But thank you very much, really appreciate it. And thanks again.
Come back soon.
Well,
cheers.
like and subscribe for more van life adventures.